right, hey, hi, Dave Knight here. Hi, Dave Knight. Dave Knight Trading, Trade Crazy. Let's go with Trade Crazy today. Uh, just double check to make sure that I'm up and running. Take me off mute here. Maybe, maybe not. Can you hear me? Double check to make sure that, yep, I can hear myself. Turn my volume on my side. All right, so let's talk. So I had pass Apex, and I did not pass Apex. I did not pass Go. I did not collect 200. It 10 minis going after that did not work out for me today. Just didn't work out. I had some money set aside for it. It didn't work. I don't know if I'll go back to that again or not. It was very frustrating because it went my way twice, but it stopped me out before I could. Obviously, it didn't go to 200 stop loss. It would go to about 50 ticks, I guess, roughly, and then stop you out. There was an opportunity in front of it. Let's go here. What's the 1 minute? This little move right here, it started a minute prior, actually 2 minutes prior, it started to make a move at 1:58 before the 2 o'clock. And I almost went long. If I would have almost went long at this mark right here, the 159, and go long right there, that one would have worked out because it went up here before it retraced. Anyway, so long story short, I did not pass Go. I did not collect 200. I screwed up my account that way. As far as my overall trading, after I decided that here's where I am right now. I have thrown some money at EAs, knowing that I'm doing okay trading on just taking my signals. This morning, wasn't feeling it. I locked 199 and EA 200. I had 201. I took 3 tries at pass Apex. 201, 202, 203. All of those failed. They hit their stop loss before they went to their profit target, respectively. I then turned my focus on Quant Guard and an aggressive strategy I was toying with right now. Pull this off the screen and bring Quant Guard over. Just want to bring Quant Guard. So obviously I have all these accounts open. 197. 197, I went after, I think, the red report on the other day, and that lost too. So needless to say, this one, this one, and this one, this one, all of those were trying to pass Apex. It's basically luck. There's no skill involved. It's you get in and you hope the volatility of the market takes you to profit town before it goes against you. And obviously every one of these, actually I want to lock 204 by the way right now while I'm thinking of it. good. So I'm locked out of trading now. Day was FOMC day. It's been a while since I traded the FOMC. I was looking at Tom Hogard right now. I don't have his book with me. Best Loser Wins. He was demonstrating his strategy of attacking the markets. Anyway, risk templates. Let's go back to this. So I've got, I want to rename this aggressive to Apex Trader Funding Risk 2, or I haven't made up my mind. So my conservative, you can see daily loss of 550, daily profit of 32.50, meaning that I know that I want to pass on a winning day to be able to just keep on going at it. Position loss of 275. Notice the aggressive, I put daily loss basically double what this is, 1250. This would have been 1100, would be double. But anyway, so I decided 1250, daily profit target 3500, and there's nothing beyond that one here. So I'm trading the MNQ. I pretty solidly think I'm going to leave the NQ alone right now. It's just too much risk on the account. I don't know. I mean, I still say I'll probably go after past Apex again at some point, hoping that I get lucky. It's got to be an aggressive, volatile move. Today, there was too much wicks involved. Like this was the trade that I went after. Notice it went my direction, but it took me out. Actually, so we can go back to look at cancel. No, I canceled out the other ones. So 201, 202, 203 all lost. 197 lost a couple days ago. And then I said, F it, I'm just going to trade the way I know to trade. So I bought 204. And let's look at 204, because this is when I settled down and said, you know what, I can trade this. I know what I'm doing. I just need to take it easy here a little bit and go after it. The best trade setup I wished I would have caught and stayed with it was this one here. 3-time hit on the CCI line. You can see me getting long right in here as the market moved up. Got long on this bar at 257, and I took a shot at it, and notice I was out right in here. Just to know how far you go. Now, I would have been taking profits up. I had profits set up here and up here at the S2 line. I wouldn't have caught the rest of that move. I perhaps would have moved it to the 15-minute bar, opening range of the market up here. Most likely I would have come out on this 2 bars right there coming down. If I would have stayed in it, this would have been my exit point right there. I should have held one. I should have held one for 50 cents and let it run. So my high volatile aggressive way of looking at it. Now I want to bring this over in my spreadsheet so we can talk about that a little bit. I like this. I like this setup. So target 1, target 2, target 3. Notice that we're going with the 3R stop plus 10 ticks on the other 2. So 5, 3, 1, that's 9. Obviously 5 plus 3 plus 1, 9 contracts. Notice that our 6P target is our first target on a volatile market. This one, and then the 12P target. Now, all of these would have been hit today going tick related. Now, these are points, not ticks. These are ticks. You'd have to take this 424 divided by 4, and that's how many points you're looking at it moving, right? 424, so I went after 425 divided by 4, so 106 ticks would have been roughly how far the market would have rolled. So This is how I set up today with with my aggressive way of looking at it with a volatile market. So going after a 6p target to start with. 212 ticks, by the way, divided by 4. I want the market to go 53 points in my favor. 318 points, so I had 318 divided by 4. That is 80 points roughly going my favor. And like we said, this was 106 today with the volatile market that we were with, or the volatility measurement coming in at 2.36, meaning the average daily range before turnarounds about 24 ticks roughly. So stop, and I was stopped several times in this account, and I was able to pull out some good profit overall. So this is, once I settled down and said, F it, I'm not trying to pass apex right now. I'm just going to take one of these EAs and see what I can do with it. That EA today on 204, I got $910.50. I basically had, I think, 2 losers and 3 winners today. The biggest winner that I did not get into was this move here, which would have hit 5, 3, and 1, obviously. Coming in here and 106 points from there. So I got long roughly at 303. That means 408, 49, say 411. 411 was right in here. That would have been the 12p target on the volatile market. So all 3 of those would have been hit if I just left it alone. Yeah. But first time trading FOMC report, I usually leave it alone. I don't like trading FOMC. I leave it alone. I'm not much of a FOMC trader. I wanted to go after it today because I knew it was a volatile market and I could pass apex. That was my plan. See, reason that you know it's volatile, by the way, look, there's a couple ways that you can know. Look at the wicks on the 1 minute chart. Look at it before. So look at it before. See something that right there at the 1230 mark. But look how small the 1 minute area is. And then all of a sudden the report comes out and you see these big long 1 minute bars coming into the market. I like this trade. This is that 3-point setup right there. There was actually another 3-point setup I did not take. That was after the fact. It came in roughly, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It was right here. So this was the move above the orange red going to the 15 minute. So that would have been profitable as well, and it break even with the rest of it most likely. Top of that target that I would have had on that trade, I didn't like it because there wasn't a lot of room between this yellow line and this pivot point. One of the key things about trading that I've said in the past and I continue to say now is, do you have enough room for profit in front of your your target that you're looking at? This particular trade, I really didn't think we had. There was a lot of things in the way. This mark, and this mark, all in the way of pivot. It was a good trade. It would have worked out. I had already made this trade right here. Had already made. This was my last sell. I sold the first time that it re-hit the orange or red bar here. It was a double top. So 205, scalping for some points there, going back to S1 and the yellow line. I did take that one on. That was the last one. So that was profitable. This one was profitable. And I caught this short right here coming down a little bit. That was profitable as well. I got stopped out a couple times before it went the way I wanted it to do. I think this one here was my first profitable one. And I had break even another profitable one, and then a second profitable came in, another short. Maybe I had 4 trades overall that were profitable, come think of it. I can't remember. It says I had 204. Let's go over here. 81. So that means I had 9 trades. Wow, did I have that many? 81 divided by 9 is 9. 81 divided by 9 is 9. So I had 9 separate trades I took on. 3 of them were bigger winners. So most likely, I remember 3, maybe 4 were bigger winners, and 5 were break even, or if not, taken out at the 71 ticks. So you can see that if you have more profit than your loss, you can turn an account around and do something with it, right? So that's kind of where I am. Notice that it says the peak balance is 895, and I had a account balance of 827. The other accounts, you can see I'm closing in this one here, 199. I'm feeling pretty confident about how I'm trading overall when I'm not going after passing apex. So 190, EA 190, EA 197, EA 198, 201, 202, 203 all went after pass apex. All of them failed this week. So after 203 failed, I said, you know what, this isn't working. I'm running into the brick wall. I need to just go back to trading the micros. So I thought, well, one mini would be 10 micros. That's why I put 9. I like 3 points of contact. I like 3 targets, 3 profit targets to go after. I'd like to have a runner that would go after. I've got to have more confidence in myself when I put on that runner. Volatile market, you want to take the profits while they're there. The market really wicks back and forth quickly. Notice that I had put on this here, and as we broke out of this area, the trend channel, that's when I put on the trade too, by the way. And then I drew this arrow after the fact, as I saw 3 points of contact all down. I like that, going after the long, just like over here. 1, 2, 3 points of contact. I was long right when this bar went above 0. See, here's where I went after it, and you can see that was the best setup that I had right now. So CCI can be easy to use when you have a volatile market. I put this extended line on the charts after it broke through here, by the way, because I was thinking after I put it on, maybe we would make a run back down. When I put this trade on, I put this line in. I thought maybe we'd make a run back down to maybe as far as coming down back to the extended line that it was on the charts already. So I was kind of thinking maybe we'd make a run back for that. Obviously it did not, and it went back the other way. So then that's where the 3 points of contact comes in again. 1, 2, 3 right there. Go long right about this area. This would have been a nice little setup to get involved with. You see it made a move up. I did not take that one though. So when you see them, it can be very profitable. I guess that's what I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to move this off the chart. I don't really have anything more I want to talk about right now. So I wasn't real happy with my past apex going after the market. Definitely was happy with me after I decided to go opening up EA 204 and just trading again. Just being a trader, not trying to hope for luck to get me to PA. I guess that dream, maybe I'll try another time on red reports. I really don't want to get into that 35.50 times 10 times and finally pass. I mean, that's just pathetic. So I guess I would rather just trade the EA, maybe an aggressive, go after it aggressively, occasionally, and that's about it. So let's call it. It's Dave Knight here. We talked for 20 minutes. I didn't really have a lot that went well on, actually had nothing go well on the past apex. So all of those on the NASDAQ were losers. So 197, I lost that a couple days ago on maybe yesterday or the day before on a red report. That's whatever the last red report was. I think it was on Tuesday. Was that yesterday? Let's move the calendar over. Yeah, Tuesday, core retail sales. I went after that and lost on that one too. And then I lost, I believe 190 last week on a red report, 197, 198 on this red report, and I lost 201, 202, 203 on this red report. So that's not working. The past apex, it's running the stop with 10 minis. It's running the stop quicker than hitting a profit target. And you also got to take into account, even if you are profitable, that max trailing drawdown comes right behind you. And that's another reason that I don't like trading. You just need so much luck. You need it to go straight your direction and not look back. And it just, for whatever it's worth, that's really tough to do. Even on this move here, past apex, if I would have went on, I don't know if I'd have made it because there was a couple of times the market rolled back. And it doesn't take many ticks for it to move against you to get stopped out at 2,500 stop loss trading 2 minis, because you got $50 a tick, right? It doesn't take long to hit. You can figure that out real quick, right? 2,500 divided by 50. So you only need 50 ticks that move against you. In a quick moving market divided by 4, that's only 12.5 points that moves against you. So you can see these average range of movements here, for instance, 67.5 to that top right there, 319. These bars, inside a bar, you could lose your trade and get it to go against you. And I had that happen to me twice today. It went in my favor, but it went 12.5 ticks against me, stopped me out, and then it went my direction, and it kind of pissed me off. That's why I went and said, F it, I'm going to trade the way I know how to trade. Go back to the MNQ, set up 9 trades profit, give myself big targets, and go after it. My spreadsheet runs to 12p. So I ignore what these things say over here, because that's 424 points. I guess you can see if it went there, right? So 24,531, 425 points from there. Down would be 24,956. Is that correct? Up. 24,956. No, we got nowhere near there. 24,106 from 24,531. We didn't go down. I don't think we went down there either. 106, maybe we did. I don't know. Let's look. 24 from 25,431 to 24,106. I mean, I guess 400 points is not that incredible. So what are we looking for? 106 went to 247.5. So it did not run 400 points, right? So right here, let's move this to 5 minute. 541, that's pretty much this is the high over here. So what was the open again? Open of 531.25, 531. Looking for it to move down. 24,106. I don't believe it got that low today. Now it went down to the low of roughly what, 24,240, roughly got close to the, I guess 241 and a half was this bar right there, so tell me. The low of that bar is 241.75. So it did not go 12p if you're looking at points. It did go 12p if you're looking at ticks though. So when you looking at this spreadsheet, I never fixed it by the way, but these are ticks. So when I put 425 in, what I'm looking at is 425 ticks, 318 ticks, 212 ticks, 91 ticks, 81 ticks, 71 ticks. So that's what I'm talking about. Not to go after this. So this 24 rounded up is 24 ticks. That's why I go after 3p, 70 ticks. So 71 ticks divided by 4 doesn't, that means if the market goes basically 18 points against me, I want out. Notice that 4 contract trading, $160.72 loss. 3 contract trading, $124.26. If those would have rolled against me, it'd be roughly 124.26 times 3, about 372 loss. I had a couple losers along the way. I was able to make it up with a couple winners, as we talk about. So the aggressive way of looking at it, I want to save this by the way. Get that off the screen. So I still use my spreadsheet. It comes in quite handy to figure out how far I believe the market can move. Now there's 2 separate ways of looking at it, right? And I'll leave you with this. There's just the normal way of the market rolling, like right in here from the open to now. Then you can see the 5 minutes after the FOMC. So volatility is in the market right here. Now you see it's kind of slowing down. But you see the volatility in the market with the 5-minute charts. So volatility, and you can see this on tick charts as well, right? When you go to your just 1,000 ticks, right? So if we go back to that's a beautiful example, right? So if you're looking at tick charts, you can see momentum as well. So here's 1230 to 155 right here. Now watch what happens when the 2 o'clock report comes out. So here we are at 2 o'clock, and let's go from this 2 o'clock and move over. We saw here was an hour and a half roughly, right? So 12 o'clock to, what do we see? So we're seeing about almost 2 hours worth of data on the screen right now. Now the 2 o'clock report comes out, and let's move this over to where it exits. So right here. So here's the 2 o'clock and 2:14. So all of these ticks happen, all these bars on the momentum tick chart happen within roughly 15 minutes. So before, this is what the advantage of moving to a tick chart and why I like them to start with. So we had 2 hours worth of the data just about here, and then with volatility kicking in the market, 15 minutes worth of data. That's where the 9 trades profit kicks in, aggressive going after the volatility increases, momentum increases, your odds of making money and losing money are greater as well. So tight stops, profit targets bigger than your stop, give you the best chance of winning on a high volatile day when it does kick in. All right, that'll do it. Dave Knight here from Dave Knight Trading. Trade Crazy with a Y. I have not done anything with those websites, but I still own both of them. Probably never do. I don't know. There's too many good traders out there to follow. I'm just a squirrel trying to get in that right now. If I ever come up with something that I really like, um, I'll probably put it on school at some point. Right now, I'm just throwing a bunch of shit away. What's sticking against the wall? What works? What doesn't work? I do like the 15-minute opening range. Not trading the first 20 minutes from 9:30 to 9:50. Looking for my first trade after the 9:50 mark. It was so tempting to go short today at 9:32, I think it was. This bar right here, it was so tempting to go short here at 9:32, and I almost did it. I almost said, you know what, F the 15 minutes. This looks like a market that wants to find a bottom somewhere, the way it rejected up here. So I could have went in short off of this bar here and rolled with a nice little profit right there. That was a wonderful short, but it all happened within the first 15 minutes. And I don't believe, let's look at when I took on, I think 199 I traded first. Took on a long trade to start with, it looks like, and I took a loss on it, I believe. And then I had a couple winners on the shorts coming down. So I just don't have the balls to hold. This movement comes back against you, and it goes all the way down here to Profit Town. Notice that I got out of that trade as well. Just barely made profit on 199 and 200. 199 actually, come think of it, Quant Guard wasn't working at that point. So I mean, it was working, but I hadn't set up the locks and whatnot. And notice that this opening trade didn't allow me to enter. Even though I was in the market, it locked me out because I didn't have the setting lock set on Quant Guard. So it means that it was monitoring, trying to keep me from 550 stop loss, 3,000 whatever I had with that profit target. So once I put the setting locks on, then you can see that I was able to make some money. 200, EA 200 again, I don't think I see where I took the trade on EA 200. Right here. This is a pretty decent trade. My target was right here. I could have held on maybe a little bit longer, but I was proud of how I took on this one. I was watching this green line right here, counter trend move. We went above 0. Down here at S2. S2 was holding. I went after that mark, and then I had, when I had the profit target, I actually had one set for here, one set for here, and I had one set up there. Notice that I just was able to roll out of that. I put my stop on the green line once we got up here. I believe, no, I guess I did not. I thought I was going to do that. When I went into the trade, I wanted to use this line up here, and it would have run me out right over here regardless. So last case scenario would have been running me out right here. But since it's counter trend, trend was down, I was very Johnny on the spot. Don't really want to go after a market that's moving against me, catching that falling knife, right? So I have to be very careful. This the low post here, but I wait to this bar to come in on the entry. All right, I'm out of here. Take care. God bless. Take care. I'll see you on the next video I put together. Bye for now. Where is that thing so I can close out?